All right, guys, good morning. I trust you are fine. Well, today is Tuesday, 11th of August 2026, and I woke up this morning. There was a trade setup. I placed my buy limit order and went to take my bite. Now, as you can see, I'm dressed, ready, but then something happened. I got taken out of the trade before I could even say quack. So I came back from the bathroom and I saw that I had hit SL. Now this is a very bad way to start a week. Well, that's a bad way to even start a day, because nobody wants to chop this kind of breakfast. But then it is what it is. So going into this week, I'm going to be more patient. I'm going to be looking at the chat to see if there are any other opportunities to hop onto the chat, and hopefully we get something to ride on. Alright guys, yes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, today as you can see, I'm not in my room, I'm somewhere else. I'm somewhere around Latebi Okoshi. Boy, how do you ever ask it? Latebi Okoshi. Okay. So I'm here with a friend and he's doing tremendously well for himself.
Am I?
Alright guys, please help me support my friend. He sells loaded fries, loaded shawarma, loaded kelewele, everything loaded. That's why he's called Loaded and Lit. He's located somewhere around Latebi Okoshi, Brigade Road. Just punch in Loaded and Lit on your Bold Foot app and you are going to find him. Boys, girls, top of the hour to you, top of the morning to you, anyhow, anywho, take it like that. Well, today happens to be exactly a week ago. I took my first trade in the month of August, and let's do a little recap before I get into the nitty-gritty of this video. Exactly a week ago, my trade had hit SL by this time. Yes, it was pretty early. But then the purpose of this video is basically to understand the purpose of that trade, why I took that particular trade, the risk management behind taking that trade. So all in all, I'm going to be reviewing the trade I took last week. So guys, we'll be getting into the chat very shortly. But before we do that, let me walk you guys through my thought process before I enter the trade in the first place. So I woke up on Tuesday morning and saw that Price had printed something very fine. It had printed a fair value gap kind of setup. I saw this and I was like, let me hop onto this. So I set my buy limit pending order, set my stop loss, set my TP. Everything was ready to go. Then I went to take my bath. I got back and saw that my order had been initiated. So I was participating. Now, I wasn't thinking too much because I felt, this is a trade that looks like a textbook setup. So why not increase my risk a little bit? So I did. I increased my risk a little bit, just a little bit. Then I went ahead to dress up. Now I was done dressing up, thinking, by this time the trade should have moved somewhere. So I picked up the phone, checked my chat, and saw that the unfortunate had happened. Yes. But then, as I stated earlier, the purpose of this video isn't to moan about the stop loss. It's to understand properly what happened for us to take a stop loss. Did I do anything wrong? Did the market just do what it wanted to do? So in part, we are going to be reviewing the trade. We are going to be looking at my psychology behind taking the trade. We are going to be looking at the risk management allotted to that particular trade and learn one or two things from that particular trade. Now, let's go into the chart. So price closed somewhere around here on Friday. Closed somewhere around here on Friday. Yes. And on Sunday, it opened somewhere around here. And as I've already stated earlier, I do not trade on Mondays because price action can be some way towards me on Monday. So I try as much as possible not to participate on Mondays, but I do look at what the price action is doing. So on Monday, this is what price action printed right from here all the way to here. So on Tuesday, I saw that the fair value gap here had been created after this break of structure happened. It created a fair value gap. And it was a Tuesday. And since I don't take trades on Monday, it was fair enough to take my trade on a Tuesday. So on Tuesday, as you can see, you check the time around 5:30. Price came into this fair value gap. Let me draw it so that you guys can see clearly. Price came into this fair value gap. And what I did was, because this fair value gap was very huge for me to take, I think I took 50% of the fair value gap. So I used my FIP retracement to take 50% of that fair value gap because the fair value gap was too huge for me to risk in terms of placing my stop losses. So I took 50% of the fair value gap and I placed my buy limit order here. And I placed my stop loss below the second candle of the fair value gap. So my stop loss was here. And my TP was somewhere here. Now let's do this properly. My stop loss, my entry, first of all, my entry was at 4369.980. That was my entry. My profit level was at 4361.400, and my stop loss was at 4361.00. No, my TP was at 43. My TP was at 4429.806. So this was it. This was it. And price decided to tap me in, take me out, and then rally all the way to the top side. So this was what price did on from Tuesday all the way to Wednesday around 12 thereabouts, and TP was hit. Now the question I asked myself is, was my stop loss too tight? No, it wasn't, because when you look at this, my stop loss was 89 pips away from entry, and my take profit was 598 pips away from entry. And this was a 1:6 risk to reward ratio. And I think this was fair enough. But sometimes price decides to do its own thing before actually moving your way. And this time it decided to take me out. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Now looking back at this trade, I can't say I'm too hurt. No, I can't really say I'm too hurt. Because at the end of the day, I know for a fact that I followed every protocol that there was, and all conditions for entry were met. My risk management was followed to the latter. And the psychology behind the trade wasn't really too much to bear because it was a tap and go type of setup. As you can clearly see, I got triggered in, then boom, I got taken out. If that wasn't the case, I would have just ridden price action all the way to TP. It would have been a very smooth ride to TP. Yes. Now, another thing worth considering is my account size was a $40 account size. Yes, it was a $40 account size. I know this is not much for some of you guys, but to me, it means a lot. It was a $40 account size, and considering the stop loss that I used, I was risking about $25, and that's a little bit above half of the account size. And I did this solely because it was a textbook setup, as I mentioned earlier. It was a textbook setup. So usually when I find a textbook setup, I try to increase my risk just a little bit. And you see, this only an indication of what can truly happen in the market. You can have all conditions for trade entry met. You can have the perfect setup printed to you and still take a loss. So you see, sometimes it isn't what you do, it's just what the market does. Last night I took just one trade and price didn't present me with any more opportunities. So there wasn't enough to do. Well, we are in a new week. Today is another Tuesday. It's still early. More opportunities are going to be aligning this week, hopefully. And when they do, I'm going to be hopping on them. But for the purpose of this video, we are done. Yapon, yapon. But then before I sign out, if you are new to this channel, my name is Nicholas. I'm a forex trader who is documenting this journey here on YouTube. I mean, if you are new, there are a few things that I think you can learn from this channel. If you are still on this journey, please do well to drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know how far you are on this journey, how long you've been on this journey, how the journey is treating you. And you are not alone. We are here. We are here. You are not alone. So yes, yapon, yapon. The journey continues. See you in the next time. I'm out.